Hello, all of my Facebook followers and YouTube supporters. It is Matthew, known as your friendly neighborhood technician, also known as your friendly neighborhood cook. And today, I'm going to show you how to make campfire Texas style chili. And we're going to do it on the smoker. So, we're going to need a few ingredients. I go with the 80-20 beef because it's leaner. It's also what I make hamburgers out of, and it cooks great. I mix in a few different seasonings. We've got the steak and chop. We've got the Tony Chacharis. We've got fire roasted tomatoes. We've got roasted garlic and herb. And a little bit of salt and pepper. And I mix that in there and I brown the beef first. Then I go ahead and I add in chopped celery, bell peppers, and onions. Green bell peppers and onions. I've got my secret chili mix here. And to top it all off and keep me warm while we are cooking tonight from the town tap. This is actually at the Growler station up at Albertsons. I've got a Terminal Gravity Stout. I like stouts, especially when I'm cooking out in the cold. It gives you a nice, what'd the lady call it? It gives you a beer blanket. It actually keeps you warm and you don't really get drunk or anything like that. So, all right, folks, let's go ahead and look at starting to get cooked. First thing I'm going to do is pour myself a drink. Look at that. That is my kind of dark beer in a frosted mug. All right. Well, let's go outside and check the grill. As you see, the shop's pretty clean. The ATV I'm still rebuilding. Sidetracked. All right, folks. No, they're just about ready. Once those top ones get a little bit nice and gray, we'll go ahead and do it. As you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm using normal charcoal, okay? But I'm going to put it on top of the lump all-natural hickory. I'm going to be using mesquite chunks to get that mesquite smoky wood flavor in the Texas chili. Now, the awesome thing about Texas chili is, well, I believe there's just about as many Texas chili recipes as there are Texans, and for what I understand, well, that's okay. And since I am a born and bred and raised true Texan, this would be true Texas chili. Of course, I do live in Boise, Idaho. Now, people will say, but you don't have that Texas twang or that Texas drawl, you know, like when you say y'all or howdy or anything like that. That's because my wife and I, we're from the Big D, and we don't mean divorce, we mean Dallas. So, all right, folks, well, we're going to let our fire get going. It's pretty cold out here today. Last night it dropped down to about 30 degrees, 32, 33, I think, with a nice frost and everything, but rain, sleet, snow, or shine, we have no problem cooking on the grill. All right, folks, I'd say it's time to get this fire going. See if I can do this one-handed. So as time goes on and I get this Facebook channel going and my YouTube channel continues to grow, I'm going to go ahead and next year invest in some good camera equipment. Start doing live feeds and stuff for y'all. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Alright, let's get that out of the way. Got Hotel California going in the background. Chambers gathered for the feast with their Stevie knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Okay, so we're gonna get this fire going good. Alright, and once this fire's going good, then we'll add in our wood chunks. We're gonna get this fire up to about 350. If you're going to cook campfire chili, you're going to want to cook it on about a 300 to 350 degree fire. Alright, now we got this fire going pretty good. Looks like we got all our heat on one side though. Let's tend to this fire a little bit. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Look, now we got some blue smoke coming out of there. Alright, let's see how hot we can get her. Go ahead and open my vents. Alright, so as the heat of our fire approaches 250, this is going to be an excellent time to go ahead and add your mesquite. Put some wood chips on there. Like I said, you want to cook your chili on a good 300 to 400 degree fire. I prefer like 350, somewhere in there. But at 250, it is the perfect time to add your cast iron skillet to the equation and get that nice and preheated and seasoned. You see all that awesome mesquite is going to pre-season the skillet for our meat. And here's to all my fans and followers. I'm just getting started out on this Facebook channel, but we'll see what happens over time. Here's to you. Alright, well now that our pan is preheated, let's go ahead and get our meat going. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this meat brown, and then we're going to remove it, and then we're going to add our vegetables, our peppers and onions and all that stuff, and we're just going to soften them in the pan, and then we'll add it all in one big pot along with diced tomatoes and tomato sauce and seasonings, a little bit of water. Mix it all together to make an amazing campfire chili. Now, if you're wondering where I ultimately learned how to cook like this, I spent 2 years of my life as a child living in the wilderness. And that is ultimately where I learned how to cook like this. And as awesome as it may sound, living in the wilderness for me was not so great. But I took lemons and made lemonade. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and let that cook, and we'll be right back, folks. Okay, folks, our beef is browning and rocking along nicely. I may end up having to break out one of the shop lights here in a little bit, so I got some backlight. Like I said, as I gain some popularity here and build up both my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel, I'll start investing in some better equipment and stuff. Oh man, that just looks amazing. See the chunks of garlic in there? So if anybody has any suggestions for things I can do to be more entertaining, I don't know. Maybe when we cook campfire Texas style chili, I should put on a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and talk like a Texan. Or, you know, stuff like that. I'm open to suggestions. Let's communicate. Let's get to know each other. If you have any cooking questions, if you have any automotive repair questions, diagnostics questions, just give me a holler. Okay. Man, that's coming along beautiful. Awesome. Look at that beautiful fire. Okay, folks, so as our beef is browning, we're going to go ahead and get our tomato paste, diced tomatoes, green chilies, water, garlic, and seasonings together in here. And then we're going to put this on the fire, and we're going to go ahead. Well, first what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll pull our beef off, obviously. And then we'll add our beef in here. And then we'll get this on the fire, and we'll get this boiling and going. And then we'll start adding things like our softened vegetables. Because remember, these are going to go in the frying pan, and we're only going to soften them, or in the cast iron skillet. So, again, all I have here are diced tomatoes, tomato paste, green chilies, and water, and an assortment of different seasonings. Alright, well, it looks like it's time to start breaking out the lights, huh? So our chili beef is good and brown. And I'm going to go ahead and break out the lights, and I'm going to add this to our water / diced tomatoes / green chili / seasonings / tomato paste. And then I'm going to use the same pan to go ahead and soften my bell peppers, onions, and celery. Alright, folks, so I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we got our beef mixed in with our tomato and tomato paste and all that other stuff, we're just going to let this sit for a minute. Mix it up there. You hear my babies having a blast? That's the sound of a happy household. Okay, so yeah, we're going to let that sit for a minute. And we're going to take our cast iron skillet. We're going to set it back on the grill. Alright. There we go. So we've added our veggies. I've got bell pepper. I've got onions. Now, I personally like to put the seeds in here. I think it adds to the flavor. I've got celery. Now, all we're going to do is soften this. That's it. We're just going to soften it. Not cook it through, just soften it. Alright, folks, so we will be right back. And as I said, folks, all we're trying to do here is just soften these vegetables. You don't want to cook them through. Just soften them up and then go ahead and cook them through with your chili as you're boiling everything down in your chili. So I only have two hands here. One hand's holding the camera, one hand's holding the light. We call it the sun. And so there you have it, folks. So I'm going to pause it again and get this cooked up. And the next shot you will see will be the chili. Okay, and to give you an idea of what softened vegetables look like, there you go. There you have it. A cooked onion you can see all the way through. A softened onion, from what I understand in my personal experience, is just that, softened. And you cannot see through it. So now we are going to add this to our chili mix and then get our chili mix on the grill. Alright, folks, we're getting started. Now here's the deal. Do not add your chili spices or any other spices until you get a good boil going. Okay? Alright, we're getting close to boiling. There you have it, folks. Steadily cooking campfire Texas chili. Oop, oop, I see some bubbles coming up. Let me get some better lighting for you. Okay, folks, if you can't see there, we are starting to boil. So, it is time to start adding some seasonings in. And once we add our seasonings, we're going to go ahead and take it on down to a simmer for about a good 45 minutes. Man, it just looks amazing. I'm waiting on my wife to get home with my other 2 kids. I have 4 babies. And once she gets home, then we will hopefully be able to have more than 2 hands here. Because I would love to stir that. Okay, folks, we will be right back. Hey, now I've taken the fire down, just to give you an idea of what it looks like when I'm cooking it over. It's not a raging fire. And right now, as we're boiling, you can't see it, but I'm steadily stirring it. Oh man, I wish we had Scratch and Sniff TV. Oh, that smells so good. That smells amazing. I bet it's all weird in the dark. Let's see what we got going on here. Just gonna let that boil down for a little bit. All right, so 45 minutes from now, we should have some epic campfire chili. All right. Whew. That's good fire. Steady cooking. Probably can't even see it. There you go. All right, we got some good jams going, and we got our chili boiling down. Look at that. All right, folks, and there you have it. Epic chili. So again, thank you to all my Facebook followers, YouTubers. Like and share. Get creative with your chili recipes. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. This is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood cook, your friendly neighborhood technician, signing off. It's time to eat.